Starbound is a game developed by Chucklefish that tells the epic story of a hero trying to save the universe. After the Earth is destroyed, he goes out exploring planet after planet, learning unique things about the 7 different races, trying to collect the 6 different artifacts. Because screw the gas people. He fights boss after boss, trying to reunite them so he can save his world, the Earth. After a long journey, he has reunited the 6 artifacts and goes through the portal to fight the ruin. And he defeats it, adding conclusion to the wholesome story of this game. Now, the story sucks, so most people just say screw that and download a mod to get rid of this story and screw around in a spaceship. So today I'll be going over a few things I would like to see added into Starbound or just made into a sequel. Most of these probably won't happen, but then again, this is Chucklefish, not Nintendo. Now, number 1, optional story mode. The story mode is tedious. The boss fights and dungeons are really, really fun, but it's just way too easy. You go and get the best armor and then go shoot the bosses. I think Starbound should just plop you into a random system with a repaired ship and access to the outpost, giving you free will. 2, better combat. Right now, the combat is kinda stupid, seeing as swords and melee weapons are generally better. And so here's basically rundown of the combat. Swords, or the broadsword or a short sword and shield. Best 2 ways. Then we have, in like tier S, that was tier SS+, we have machine pistols and rifles and maybe some of the good staffs. And then we have A, which is like axes and daggers. And then we have D, which is spears. Who the frick uses a sniper rifle? Why would you ever want to do that? The weird pistols that aren't that good and everything else. And I don't know. I think classes would be nice. I would love to choose between a ranger, warrior, or a weird staff guy. Which brings me into my next point. Make races useful. As of right now, they're just cosmetic. There's no difference other than cosmetic depending on what you play. I think each of the race should have a class like so. Hytale and Apex would be mages, which they would use staffs and wands. The Nova Kid and Avian would be a ranger using guns and bows. The Florin and Glitch would be warrior and would wield melee weapons. And the human would have an equal balances of each. You'd still be able to use weapons from other classes, just not as effectively, and we get bonuses for weapons in your class. Also, you would only be able to craft weapons that are in your class. And maybe some races could get buffs or debuffs, such as Glitch takes more damage from electric attacks, but is better in mechs. Florin takes more damage from fire attacks, but is better with hammer and axes. Avian takes more damage from warriors, but doesn't take as much fall damage. Nova Kid takes more damage from ice attacks, but deals more damage from pistol-type weapons. Humans take more damage from poison attack, but can deal more damage from swords and daggers. And Apex would be better with special attacks, but not a good mech pilot. And Hytale would take more damage from rangers, but deal more damage to warriors. And for 4, we have just some simple, small changes. Now, just remove crafting times. People in the back of a hover bike should be able to use weapons. Better mod support. Because as of now, it's hard to tell, what I have disabled. For all I know, right now I could have, the forklift mod enabled. I don't know. You should be able to see under a mods tab that allows you to disable your subscribe mods. Disable and enable them in the title screen, and put some on certain characters in the universe and some not on, so that it automatically enables and disables them. Be able to switch how many blocks at a time your matter manipulator can break if you have all the upgrades for it. Have gravity differ based on the size of a planet you're on. So for example, small planets you jump higher, large planets you jump lower. Literally just a mini-map, and a craftable bounty hunter computer. Those are all just small changes that would make the game much better. Now for 5, mini dungeons. They already have a ton of mini dungeons, but I think you can only find they should add, like, better ones. You should find one per planet, and they'd be filled with monsters and treasures. They'd be basically like the dungeons you have in the story mode, but a bit shorter and an easier boss. Now, for 6, back tech. Your back tech would be basically a buff to one of your stats. It would be energy, health, or damage. Yeah, that's about it for back tech. And 7, better crew management. As it stands, you need to get people to join you by doing 7 billion, quests for them, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. I literally had this whole, I created an entire, colony just to get crew members. And I still, after doing, it takes, 7 quests for someone to join. Now, I propose you should be able to put colonists in your ship just by placing a colony deed in your ship. And they will automatically join you. This means, of course, that upgrading your ship would cost a few pixels, though. And for 8, I think we need more vehicles. Right now, the hover bike and the weird boat thing are the only 2 vehicles available. I feel like a vehicle crafting station should be added. This would allow you to craft vehicles such as the forklift, which is an expansion on a freaking forklift mod, which is a thing. It's great. It literally just adds a forklift. It's stupid. And pretty much what it would do is you could drive it around. You can pick up boxes and containers and chests. And then if you put it back in its little container that has the forklift in your inventory, it would still have the boxes with it. The Skyliner is basically a hover bike that hovers higher. And the Durasteel hover bike. It's basically a hover bike, but it has a gun. And, there are definitely more ideas for vehicles, but, that's all I have for my, Starbound wishlist. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, then leave a like. And if you want to see more, I have a Splatoon wishlist, and I'm working on, a Splatoon wishlist 2.0. Then subscribe and comment what you would like to see in Starbound. That's about it. Goodbye.